Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester, and I'm glad you're here this morning. We appreciate your viewership, and we're going to get started with what we consider a very good show today. Always brought to us by Gulf Coast. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, 62 and low 50. So it's been really nice, cool weather. If you like really nice, cool weather, I like nice, cool weather. I just don't like real cold weather. So it's been pleasant, but it's been cold in the mornings. But the amazing thing on the weather, the whole report this morning, is the water temperature dropped down to 67.6. Folks, this is Wednesday, December the 4th. I looked at last Wednesday, I just checked last Wednesday, it was 72. So it's dropped almost 5 degrees in a 7-day span. And that is a very sharp drop. It's always interesting to see when it drops that fast. It'll go like this for a little while, then boom. And that's, if you were to graph it out over the years, really, really fascinating to me. I don't know if you're that intrigued with it as I am or not, but it has a lot to do with our fish and what they're doing offshore and near shore and inshore. Our river reading is brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. Some good catches of fish. Now, I'm going to show you some pictures. The Apalachicola Bluntstown at 4.2 because the river's right at 4.2. The Choctaw at Carabelle 2.8, and you can see they're both just real steady. Hadn't had much rain coming in, and there's a seasonal right now where they're standing. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at low tide this morning at 9:45 and a high tide at 11:04 tonight. And the wind, which is rare when it says, all it says is light and variable. So it doesn't give any direction, but I noticed, when it was blowing yesterday, anytime you get a north wind in the bay system, I talk about it a lot, it really, in that winter tides, it really exposes a lot of land. If you want to get some dock work done, which I do, and it's a great time to do it, except it's cold to do it, so you got to sort of balance it out. But it's really interesting to watch that wind blow that water out. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
The new Temper-Active Breeze delivers a warming bed for you and cooling comfort for your partner. So say goodbye to thermostat fights and hello to better sleep with personalized climate control. Only available at the Sleep Center.
Northwest Florida is a great place to live.
The attorneys at Manuel & Thompson are part of this community and have been for over 35 years.
We live, work, and play here. We worship here, we pay taxes here, and raise our families here.
When someone in our community gets injured, they deserve to have their claim handled by someone who cares.
Someone who specializes in serious injury cases and has a solid reputation.
Manuel & Thompson, helping injured people. That's what we do.
Happiness is what encourages us all, and at PCU, we know the community is made better by the happiness of our members. Members who understand the advantage they have through our checking, savings, and lending products. Products that improve their lives, their families, and their community. So, when you're looking into your financial options, know that our products are designed with you in mind, because the happiest people create the best communities. Panhandle Credit Union, banking made better.
Rough and Tough Dog Food from Harold Mill & Company. In business over 75 years, they offer top quality and nutritionally balanced food for all your animals. Your chickens will love HMC feeds, as well as your cattle and pigs. Time proven, rough and tough for your dog. Want them healthy? Rough and tough. Want them happy? Rough and tough. Only the best from Harold Mill & Company.
Come see our new collection of lift chairs here at the Sleep Center. We have everything from basic chairs to fancy chairs with heat, massage, stay clean fabric, even extra large comfort chairs that lift up to 500 pounds.
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Okay, welcome back. A good outdoorsman knows how to take care of himself in the outdoors, especially with the weather when it's cold. You know how to dress warm and all. But I want to go over some things with you because it's so important. I'm talking mainly, of course, I'm always talking to myself as well as you when I'm talking about this cold weather. But I just have to go review it and make sure. This weekend I'm gonna be hunting in some cold weather. And I sort of get my stuff in my head and lay it out like you do. So here are just some things I've learned over the years, this is not earth-shattering news, but I wrote it down my little doodle thing, so here we go. First thing, always dress in layers. I learned that a long time ago. You know, put that little t-shirt on and layer it out. Okay, then that, and sort of that middle one right there is going to be like a sweatshirt of insulating, so really insulate and hold that heat in. Sweatshirt or something. I also, a lot of times on cold weather, I put a vest, and then I put a heavy coat on top of everything I have. So I know you know what I'm talking about, and that's so important. And then don't forget this, you got to cover. Of course, you know your head, your hands, your feet. And I'm talking about warm. You're going to have shoes on, but you got to really make sure you have great socks on, and especially your face with a mask and all. And that is just so important. And then hand and feet warmers. Okay, I looked over the years, and I started going to these CEOPA conferences, you know, a long time ago, and there'd be different people there, and I never thought much about these hand and feet warmers, and they gave me some. I still have some in my package here. I just wanted to show them to you because I did use them over the years in really cold weather. And this is a hand warmer. You can see there's 10 in there. I don't know if it's still good or not, but I'm going to try them out this weekend. I know. That's a hand warmer, and then they got the funny one here to me. I remember getting it from them. That's a toe warmer. You put it on your toes. I haven't used the toe warmers because my shoes. Here's another package over here, but I have some packages left over, and these warmers are a bonus on top of all of the other stuff. So you really want to stay. You really want to stay warm because when you don't want to be miserable when you're out there in the woods, and you want to make sure that everybody's comfortable, especially when you take kids with you. So keep them warm and keep them wrapped up. And it's amazing how, you know, while we're talking about you don't get cold, you lose heat. So you don't like to get the cold, you lose the heat. Okay, moving along now. Yesterday I was showing Carol Miller was so good about sending some pictures. She had some friends and relatives come down during the Thanksgiving holidays, and she entertained them. And some cool places she went. So we talked about the Mariana Caverns yesterday. Then she went down to Port St. Joe and hear about autumn in Port St. Joe. We finally went down the coast to climb the Cape San Blas Lighthouse and spied this egret as well as a red-headed duck. The view from the lighthouse is lovely. It sure is. And here's the egret here. Isn't that a great picture? And they relocated that lighthouse, and it looks so good where they have it. You can see it from a long way off, and what a great job. And look out there, what a great view you have looking out toward the Bay System. And then the red-headed duck, he's over there minding himself. That's a canvasback. That's cool. Well, thank you for sharing those. And also then she said one more thing. One more thing to share was that there were 2 juvenile bald eagles in the trees near the Cape San Blas Lighthouse. The park around the lighthouse is a great place to wander and appreciate nature. And folks, if you haven't visited down in St. Joe lately, they really have taken care of the area, and it really looks nice. Look at there. And see, the reason they're there because there's food out in the water. They're looking. And thank goodness they didn't cut down all the trees and left them places to check that out. Is that not majestic? Great picture too, Carol. She's a very good outdoor photographer. Do a good job with that. Okay, all right, so we wanted to, like I said, if you get a chance to visit down there, it's really, really cool stuff. And all throughout, you know, Christmas vacation coming up, and we have some spare time. We have some folks coming in and do like Carol did, and just take them some of these cool places and really get out and enjoy it. So I know what you're talking about when you do that. So also cool places to eat down there. Hunt's Oyster Bar down at the Cape, at that area there is good. And there's some great seafood all along the coast, good fresh seafood. And if you're here in Panama City, you know where to go to Real Time or Gene's Oyster Bar. Good food. I'm going to get hungry talking about it. Let's take a break. Be right back. Real Time Fisher's Seafood Restaurant and Market on Highway 22. Fresh, delicious seafood cooked daily, shrimp boil, oyster bar, steam bar, and now featuring fresh barbecue smoked on-site chicken, pulled pork, and we'll cater large groups. Check out the seafood market with a great selection of some of the freshest seafood around. Friendly service, great food at a reasonable price. Real Time Fisher's Seafood Restaurant and Market.
Hello, my name is Daniel Cole, and I own Cole & Associates Marine Surveyors. where we specialize in doing in-depth surveys on marine vessels of all types, be it metal, fiberglass, power, or sail. I am a professional marine surveyor, both qualified by NAMS and SAMS, and an associate member of IAME. Remember, for all your marine survey needs, call Cole & Associates Marine Surveyors, 850-774-1899.
BJ's Marine Service. With over 44 years in business, they're dedicated to offer you the very best in marine service. BJ's Marine will repair any marine motor. Dependable and experienced. They won't be satisfied until you're satisfied. Local business that is family owned with a tradition of excellent service. Trust your motor to the best. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road.
Hi, I'm Wendy Chester Woodrick, and I would love to help you finally understand Medicare. Medicare can be confusing and it can feel overwhelming. I'm an independent agent and I'm contracted with several different carriers. So my goal is to make sure that you understand your options and help you decide what is best for you. So whether you're considering a supplement plan with Original Medicare or a Medicare Advantage plan, please give me a call or send me an email. I would love to help you.
Kramer Marine and Outdoor is your trusted source for all your outboard boat and motor needs. We carry the largest selection of outboard motors, parts, and accessories in the area, and our master certified factory trained technicians are here to keep you out on the water.
Okay, welcome back. Looking at that picture of that duck made me think about the duck migration. I know a lot of y'all had some duck hunts during the Thanksgiving holidays, and I have some pictures to show you. Actually, some folks shot some geese over down there at the around the Apalachicola Bay area. But anyway, I just real quick, I'm pull up the duck migration map. I like to do it, especially this time of year, a couple of times. And I was checking it last night. I got a kick out of it. There is one report. Check it out right here. Zooming in here. This is Apalachicola Bay, and I'm going to touch it, okay, to view the report. And what you can't read it right there, but what it's saying in real small print, it says the peak numbers. It's peak numbers. In other words, they were really in there this week, this past week and all. And they got tickled. Went over here to this area right here. This is Florala, Alabama, and there's increasing numbers of migration right there, and then the one right north of it. I know folks up in this area, Andalusia, and they're increasing numbers saying the same thing. But then I zoom back out, and I just get the reports. These reports are all over, and they're all new within the last couple of days. But you can see the pattern, especially in the central part of the country, especially the Mississippi Flyway. This is all the Mississippi River, and I just get a kick out of that because there's so many areas. And I've told Mason he needs to buddy up with some of his kids at college at Ole Miss, because I'm sure some of them do some duck hunting and enjoy it too. So he needs to go with them while he's in college, because those duck hunts in Arkansas and Mississippi are legendary. They really are. And I've never really been on one, but I have some friends who've been on them before, and I know it's a lot of fun. Okay, I want to move on. Let me see. This is interesting. This is just some a picture of a great blue heron, and it's amazing what they're eating. This is a sort of a sequence of that great blue heron actually eating a gator. So here it is. Okay, a little baby gator. So so the first thing the animal does, they basically go for the throat or for the head. Okay, they know that instinctively. So that's the first shot. And then the second shot. Okay, they're lining it up now. Remember, they always swallow them head first. It's really seagulls and anything, they're going to take something in head first. So here he is, got a position. It's some amazing photography. We're talking about wildlife photography. Wow. And then one more. All you see now is the tail. And another thing that's amazing, how in the world does he swallow something that big and everything? Okay. Let's move on to some hunting pictures. Tammy Knight. Tammy posted this. Her husband. It was it was an all-dayer. Lots of quail, several chukars, and a few pheasants as a bonus. Mike Sim, Davin Cobb, Joe Childs, Carson Bass. This is Rocky Top Wing Shooters. Check out, folks. They had a grand day on on a good bird hunt. The dog's working. Thank you, Tammy. I promise you I'm gonna get up there and hunt y'all before too much longer. And here's another picture she sent. Is this not typical? You've hunted hard all morning and you just want to sort of kick back. This is a classic case of sort of kicking back and resting. But the coolest part about this picture, if you look at the sky, if you remember this past weekend, I forget what day it was, Saturday or Sunday, when that front was moving in. What a great picture of that front moving in. I saw that over the bay, and you look at it, you see that. That's just really cool nature right there. Okay, Drew Pollard. We know about Drew, all the things he's doing. The first deer was taken off the HTP farm yesterday afternoon. As an outdoorsman, you always dream of having your own place to hunt. A dream of mine came true earlier this year and couldn't be more proud. I couldn't do this without my wife and these deer-killing sons I have. Life, listen to this now. Life is short, folks. Don't take anything for granted and live it to the fullest. And Drew, that is so true. And I know y'all are enjoying that area up there. And Jenna, I know you are too with the family. Eddie White sent this to me. Eddie White up there in Bonifay. Coach, look at what I got this morning, Eddie. I said, wow, that is a fine buck, Eddie. Congratulations. And that is a fine buck. And folks, he got that with a crossbow. Now what he does, he'll crossbow hunt a lot. Here it is right here. Crossbow is a really good way to hunt. Let's jump on some fishing, okay? December 1st, flounder season open up. Here on Panama City page, Philip Sykes. 3 of them went out, they got a 3-man limit, and the largest are 20 inches. We talk about how those flounders sort of still hang around. I talked to a guy yesterday, his brother lives off Mobile Bay, and they did the same thing when it opened back up. They got the limit, and they were able to gig them. And if you want to have got a lot of folks over and got a lot of time, and you want to cook some hot dogs, this is a good way to do it right here. Let's put them on here. Talking about goose hunting on Apalachicola Bay is Elizabeth Murphy and her husband Clay, and these are some snow geese. This is during Thanksgiving. That is a fine shoot. Now I haven't eaten any of those geese. I don't know. Here it is, great picture. I've showed Elizabeth almost on a weekly basis. The Weewall Elementary School 3rd grade teacher. So I don't know how they taste and all, but I understand they're good. This is cool. I follow the Florida Wildlife Federation. All this is just sort of they just sent me a December update and we talk about, but what they do, and we need to be aware of this, Floridians vote to protect natural lands, and these counties in this last election voted yes. In Clay County, it's almost 73%, Lake County 80%, Martin. What they did, they voted on land. What it is land referendums. There's a large chunk of money that's been donated and given, and the government sort of has it, and there's been some government money put in a big pot to acquire land acquisition, and I think you have to have approval. I mean, who wouldn't approve it? 80%. So, of getting that land for the public, and you know how we feel about that. Feel so strong about it. Good to see those counties. I don't know what's going on up here in Panhandle, if we've acquired much land lately or not. We need to check into it. In fact, we all need to check with our government officials and see if they are moving along on trying to get us some much land as we can for public and not being developed. So that's going to be a big deal. Okay. And one more thing, this is the FWC page. You know, they do this. We're talking about getting a trophy bass and sending a trophy catch right here. You can win. You put all the people sending the pictures in or of the trophy catch. They pick one out right here. You can win. They're going to draw for this December the 7th. 3 days. They're going to draw for this boat right here. It's going to be at the Bobby Lane Bass Fishing Tournament, Lake Wales. It's part of the FWC Trophy Catch program. They've done this for 12 seasons, and so it's donated, and the boat's valued at $65,000. Goodness gracious, that's amazing how boats cost now, isn't it? But that's a nice boat. I mean, it lasts a lifetime. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
At Bay Smile Docs, we know how to make you smile. We're open early at 7 a.m. We're open late until 8. Request an appointment at baysmiledocs.com or call 271-2341 today.
Empire Real Estate of Florida, making your real estate dreams a reality throughout the Panhandle and more. If you're considering buying or selling real estate, please call 850-247-8868. Kramer Marine and Outdoor is your trusted source for all your outboard boat and motor needs. We carry Skeeter Bay boats, all-welled aluminum boats, and have the largest selection of outboard motors, parts, and accessories in the area. And our master-certified, factory-trained technicians are ready to take care of you. So shop us online at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com or visit us at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM. We're here to keep you out on the water.
Are you looking for some fine, fresh seafood? Then head over to Gene's Oyster Bar. This legendary icon has been around since 1930 and has served the finest and freshest seafood straight from the Bay and the Gulf. Folks come from all over the Panhandle and South Alabama to relish in this unique experience. So come on, pull up a stool and enjoy the finest oysters on the Gulf Coast. Gene's Oyster Bar on Sherman Avenue in historic Millville. Open 11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday.
At Bay Smile Docs, we know your time is precious. That's why Bay Smile Docs opens early at 7, and we're open late until 8. Request an appointment at baysmiledocs.com or call 271-2341 today.
Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by the good folks at Blue Water Outriggers. And man, I was in there the other day. They have all kind of things. There's incredible amount of stuff they put in there. And we could never go in there without buying something. And it's like I don't need anything, but we always buy things for other folks. Great Christmas selection. So run down there and take a look at it. The times, let's talk about that. 1:14 to 3:14 this morning. And this afternoon, 1:41 to 3:41. Now, I was just talking about the goose hunting over there on Apalachicola Bay and also up at Lake Seminole. Now, I think this picture here is coming from, I don't know if it's coming from Lake Seminole or from the Bay, but I don't want to watch. This is a good friend of ours' family. They're up there in Gadsden County, so watch it again. This is the boys. Let's see, here we go right here. Okay, so these are some boys. This is the son, Richard Super May. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so what's cool about it, you got your decoys out. I'm gonna run it a couple of times because these boys are having fun. And you got your decoys out. Okay, see them coming in right there? So what you try to do, you try to call them in. Okay, and then boom, boom, boom. Some of them always come down and they're pretty good shots. They've dropped like 1, 2, 3 or 4 at one time. So good job, the Super and the May family. I know the folks up there and a lot of good folks, and I want to make sure we show them. I don't know if it's Lake Seminole, but both of them are holding geese right now. And really, it's almost, there's so many of them down here now, you wouldn't believe it, but they're showing a lot of them being taken. Okay, so let's see. The next thing I want to talk about, we always talk about it being cold, and we build our fires in fireplace or whatever, and I'm still old school, and I still do it with logs, and a lot of y'all do, but I know that the trend now is to have this smokeless little pits, which is fine, and as long as you're enjoying a good fire. But you always have, no matter what, you're going to have these ashes left over, and you've got to clean it out because the ashes, if you leave them in there in the house, start absorbing and smelling and all that. So we get them on out pretty soon. I got to make sure to cool off, and always. I try to do something constructive with ashes because I'm thinking this is pure nature. All the wood is burned down to these ashes. And in fact, so I looked online and I found some good uses to do. Here's a picture here. Now, that's a bunch of them right there. And you see they're spreading them out. We don't usually have that many, but I found this list, and I'm just going real quick. Humidity absorber, okay, it'll absorb humid. Garden fertilizer, see, I've thrown mine around the trees before. Not knowing any better, just it's good for plant health. You can throw it in your compost pile, a small amount of it. It can attract bears, so be careful of that. Managing pond algae, who knew? Wood ash is rich in micronutrients. Okay, who knew that? And then avoiding frost damage, sprinkling wood ash on plants before frost can shield them from frost damage. Combating calcium deficiency in tomatoes, which makes sense. Repelling slugs and snails. Did y'all know we could do all this? Safe and repellent for kids and ant repellent. Okay, ant repellent. So I don't know if you want to put it on the kids, but I guess it would work. And a mineral supplement for your chickens. So put it in your chicken food. And let's see, there was one more. Oh, how about a skunk odor remover? If y'all gotten out in the woods and gotten on a skunk, just put some ash on it. Concealing stains on paving. Removing oil spills. A roach repellent. Okay. And then an odor absorber, not just things like that, but it's really interesting. So I wanted to read that to you, and it was just interesting. I just tried to look up all kinds of things. But another thing I looked up too was we were talking about the fatalities yesterday on the in the Tennessee waterway. I was really fascinated because there were 22 fatalities in Tennessee, and so I checked. I told you I checked on Florida. I checked on last night. There's been 30 fatalities last year. But you think about all the waterways we have, all the coastline, all the bay systems, and all. So I just wanted to show that to you. Okay, I want to read. We're going to close with this. I want to read this to you. This is David Hawkins. Okay, David Hawkins posted this. I'm going to read it. I'm going to show you the picture he took. This is obviously from outside. David Hawkins, there's a certain kind of pride and fortitude gained when you do things alone, a certain kind of confidence that cannot be found in simulations or teams. Out in the nature, you learn a lot about you as an individual person, and a lot about prayers, dreams, and goals. These clear conversations we have with the good Lord, where He opens up our ears to find answers that have been in front of us the whole time. It's where all the everyday chatter is replaced by the sounds of birds chirping, water moving over logs in the stream, and ducks flying overhead. For me, what started out as a hunting has morphed into a therapy of sorts. The silence in the woods can be deafening, but yet the noise in nature seems to be received differently and puts my mind to ease. I'll take all that any day, and it's therapy that you don't even realize you need. The ability to be present in a place so pure and you forget about the real world. Sometimes you never want to go back. Without nature and outdoors, I would never have known just how much problem-solving ability and strength I had within me, or how much stronger my will was than the fear. Our body and mind need to just exist in a place that feels right, and nature is that place for me. When you actually disconnect, you're able to get lost in the place around you, and it's worth every second. Is that not cool? David Hawkins, thank you for sharing that, and what a great summation of the outdoor experience here locally in the Florida Panhandle. So appreciate it, David. Good job there, and hope you got something out of it. Got to wrap it up for today. Got a big show coming up tomorrow. We appreciate the viewership. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors, take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.